Hi everybody, it's Technique Tuesday, and as you see I have posted for the first time a kind of question and answer idea for Technique Tuesday so that you can post questions you might have about anything to do with vocal technique. Now I realise that you might be a bit shy about coming forward about it, but I can see I've had Sophie and Sue have come on and asked what they consider to be typical questions, I imagine, to do with vocal technique. Now, Sophie has said, here's a question about drop-off. What is the surest way we can identify the moment when we've lost the connection with our breath support, and how best can we recover from it in the middle of a song? Okay, that's quite complex. So this idea of drop-off within singing is where actually as soon as you take a breath and you go to make a sound, there is unwittingly a moment where there's an idea of compression that is formed between the subglottic pressure underneath your vocal folds and your diaphragm, and it kind of works together like that in tandem. Now your little vocal folds will be working and the edges will be vibrating together, but as soon as you lose that kind of connection, that actually the fact that they are making a good, they're meeting really well, then you allow for what we call a glottal chink to arrive, which means that your air can escape, and at that moment that idea of compression between there and your diaphragm is kind of lost. That's drop off. Okay, now the surest way you can identify that is when suddenly you seem to run out of steam completely within a phrase. So you might think, okay, I've got this big phrase coming along, I'm going to sing it, really make sure I hang on to my breath, but unknowingly, unwittingly, in the middle of it, you will experience that kind of fear idea comes into your head, and you think, oh no, I'm not going to have enough air to get to the end. And at that moment everything changes, because you have that little moment of doubt. Compression is lost, you grip in order to try and make the breath last, and that's what we call drop off, and it causes constriction. Recognize any of those symptoms? Okay, now she asks another question here, and how best can we recover from it in the middle of a song? Well, simply in the middle of a song, you can recover from it by simply allowing a new breath in and then starting the next phrase and hoping not to do that thing. Okay, now this is a learned response. This is why you need mentoring, you need someone to guide you, because sometimes it's better seen from the outside in than from the inside out, if that makes sense. Within a phrase, though, it is not possible to recover from drop-off, as Sophie calls it. Once that compression is lost, it is almost impossible to recover it, to regain it. You have to sort of wait for that phrase to end and then try it all over again. Okay, but this is what practice is for. Okay, what else did I have? Okay, so I think I've covered Sophie's question. And then Sue has come on and very kindly asked whether her question might be connected, and she asks, how do you stop snatching breaths? Trying to be more controlled with breathing. So here we have then two things really related to breathing, and for most people who step through the studio door for a first singing lesson, breathing is one of those things. And I guess if you're nervous, even if you're a really well-established singer, if you're about to give a performance, you'll start to be feeling anxious about the old breathing. Well, you do take breaths 24/7. But for singing, it's a totally different process in terms of we don't hold on to the air, we actually learn how to sing on it. Okay, so she said, how do you stop snatching breaths? Basically, when you snatch breaths, it's because it's an automatic response to what you think you need to do. You need to have more of an idea of allowing yourself to have more space in terms of time for taking that breath than you think. There is a greater time. And also, I guess it's a question of doing enough continual work that the muscles that are employed in your rib cage to do the expansion and to suck the air in are sufficiently toned and used to doing that thing, that it's second nature. So you just literally open up your mouth and in goes the breath. It's sucked in like a vacuum, and you then learn how to sing on the breath, i.e. keeping that glottal chink really well. Your vocal folds are really connecting well, and you're not having a little gap between which allows air to escape, and you lose that sense of compression. Okay, now whether that's all too much information, it's hard to gauge. So tell me if you want me to go over some specific aspect of your breathing, and I will answer you. But yes, in answer to Sue's question, they are definitely connected. And as someone who's been singing for a very, very, very long time, this breathing thing is a continual quest for all of us singers. And do we ever feel that we really get there? Probably not. Okay, and what we should do maybe is just connect, just put a link to the video. I think I posted in September, 30 days, Joyce DiDonato talking about this breathing thing. Okay, so only a couple of questions, but hey, it's a beginning. I think what I'll do is next Tuesday I will do the same thing, a Technique Tuesday question and answer. So before I go, a shout out to all the people who are regularly looking at these posts, and I will just call them out so you know that I'm appreciating you. I am thanking my daughter Jessica, who is popped in to see, but Lynn Edwards, Sue Louie, Sophie Behrens-Dahan, Mike Carter, Samantha Cubitt, Kathy Wildman, Mary Murphy, Debbie Ann, Shannon Knutson, Lindsay Alice McBratney, Sonia Davis, Carmel Edwards, Elizabeth Rose, Brenda Montgomery, Helen Francis, Christine Lombardi, and Melanie Dawn Jones. So I see you all there, and I see that you are taking interest, even if it's only fleeting, as life will allow. Okay, I'm going to stop there because this is now nearly 7.5 minutes, and I did promise to keep it short. Any more questions, please don't be shy in coming forward. I'll bank them for next Tuesday question and answer for Technique Tuesday. Okay, bye for now everybody. Bye.